Hello, my name is Carmen. I'm a Twitch VTuber and I'm also a book lover. I read horror, dark fiction, and mystery. As always, I'm open to suggestions, so please post your recommendations in the comments. It's been a busy few weeks since I returned from a much needed vacation in Yellowstone, and I've been wanting to post my first book haul video. Given that this is my first book haul where I wanted to show both my VTuber model and hand model Carmen, I needed to figure out a setup for the filming. So please forgive my rudimentary attempt, but I hope to bring you more videos featuring hand model Carmen in the future. The first two books in my book haul video started at the airport while I was flying out for a vacation. I'm always paranoid about missing a flight, so I always get to the airport early. My airport has a great bookstore, and so I always like to visit it when I'm there. So the first book is What Stalks the Deep by T. Kingfisher, and I've read two previous books by T. Kingfisher, Withered Ones and A House with Good Bones. I like this author's humor and how they write like a family dynamic, and there's always some sort of toxic relationship going on there. This one, What Stalks the Deep, takes place in a haunted mine in West Virginia, so I'm really hoping that this is something really good for this spooky season. The second book's also by T. Kingfisher, and that is Nettle and Bone. Now, I know I've seen a lot of booktubers read this book. This is fantasy, and I don't usually read fantasy, so this is definitely going to be something that's different for me. But given that it is T. Kingfisher, I'm willing to give it a chance. I hope I like this. It is outside of my comfort zone, but I'm trying to experiment a little bit. I went to this cute bookstore when I got to Yellowstone. I stayed in the town of West Yellowstone and I found this one cute bookstore. It's a bookstore and it is also a coffee shop. It is called The Book Peddler, and I found this book called Lost Souls Meet Under a Full Moon by Mizuki Tsujimura. I probably I really sabotaged that name, I think, from Japanese fiction. I have read several books translated from Japanese fiction, including In the Miso Soup, Days at the Murasaki Bookshop, Earthlings. In this book, you can meet a deceased person one time. The person can refuse, and it takes has to take place under a full moon. Sounds like Before the Coffee Gets Cold, but I've never read that book, so I'm interested to see what the book is. Finally, I went to a giant bookstore in downtown Bozeman. It's called the Country Bookshop. This was book heaven, and I picked up this book, Veal. This was suggested by the channel Shades of Orange. It takes place in the summertime. There's a Frankenstein type monster that is terrorizing the town, and there's some young people that are trying to investigate it. This looks like a summertime read for me, so I think this is something I'm going to save for the summertime, but it looks like a lot of fun. Lastly, I have this book, Strange Pictures by Okatsu. This is another translated fiction from the Japanese. It looks like there are these pictures in the book and then there's stories that revolve around them. So that sounds like a really interesting concept. I have heard this one talked about. I've also heard about the book Strange Houses talked about online. So I don't know if it'll live up to the hype, but I'm very open to it. If I do like this one, then I do want to get Strange Houses as well. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing my book haul from Yellowstone, and thank you for putting up with my rudimentary setup. If you'd like to see more book haul videos, please let me know in the comments. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to be notified of my latest videos. And I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.